keeping you engaged and entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 6 o'clock, it's 16 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and very cold. A slight chance for light snow to the south. A low of 5 degrees with a wind chill of 10 below zero to 20 below zero. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. At least 24 deaths are now blamed on fires across the Los Angeles area, with more than 12,000 structures destroyed, more than 60 square miles burned, and thousands of people displaced. CBS News correspondent Adam Yamaguchi reports from the Pacific Palisades.
Firefighters were able to make some progress this weekend in building containment lines around the perimeter of these active fires. But the National Weather Service has issued the highest level red flag alert. That's the particularly dangerous situation alert, which is set to start overnight here and go into the next evening.
LA authorities have used doorbell cameras and security footage to track down looters and arsonists. They're also investigating price gouging. In Wisconsin, frigid temperatures this week means pipes can freeze over.
Milwaukee Waterworks Superintendent Patrick Pauly says water main breaks typically happen this time of year.
The months of highest main breaks are typically January and February.
Pauly says the best way to prevent pipes from freezing is keeping the faucet running.
We would advise that they leave the faucet open to keep a steady, not a real strong stream, but a steady stream of water flowing from the faucet just to prevent freezing.
Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
Emergency phone lines are down near the Madison area. Authorities in Columbia, Marquette, Adams, Juneau, Iowa, and Richland counties are reporting on their Facebook accounts that 911 services and police phone lines are not working. Columbia County Sheriff's Office says a fiber optic line was cut in the region. Technicians are working to resolve the issues, and if you have an emergency, check the Sheriff's Office social media for numbers to call. Creating a more efficient way of crossing train tracks. That's the goal for Wauwatosa senior civil engineer Michael May, working on a $1 million federal grant. May tells WTMJ that grant will be used as part of a traffic study to improve a railroad crossing at Walnut Street.
So how this works is the funding will allow us to study the opportunity to put the road under the railroad and actually open up a new east-west connection from west of the railroad to east of the railroad.
The study will go through 2026 before any construction begins. The installation of Milwaukee Archbishop-designate Jeffrey Grubb begins today.
The big event is tomorrow, but this evening, a symbolic moment when the Archbishop-designate will approach the door of the Cathedral of St. John.
Usually they actually have a little hammer, and he's going to knock on the door of the cathedral so that everyone inside can hear.
Rebecca Resch is a canon lawyer.
And that's kind of a moment where he's officially welcomed to the Archdiocese of Milwaukee and to the cathedral.
Hundreds are expected for the invitation-only event on Tuesday. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
A change is coming to Starbucks cafes. You can't just linger anymore. ABC's Michelle Franzen.
Starbucks shifting its hangout policy that used to allow people to stay at its stores without making a purchase. The new chain policy now requiring a person to buy something in order to use the restrooms or sit in its cafes. The company says it's working to make its stores more welcoming. That after a drop-off in customers and a dip in sales. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Sports traffic and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
And
1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The top-ranked Wisconsin women's hockey team secured a 3-1 victory over the Minnesota State Mavericks on Saturday. Wisconsin has not allowed more than one goal in 17 of their 24 matchups this season. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. And the Packers end the season after their third consecutive loss, this time in the wild card round of the playoffs against the Philadelphia Eagles, 22-10. With Aaron Rodgers' contract off the books, the Packers will have roughly $63 million in cap space. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads, so we do have a little bit of a delay lingering on 94 westbound. That's at the ramp from 35th Street. Looks like that car has been pulled over to the right shoulder, but still just a bit slow heading into the stadium interchange there. Time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and very cold. A slight chance for light snow showers to the south. A low of 5 degrees with a wind chill of 10 below zero to 20 below zero. Tuesday, sunny skies, still breezy and very cold. A high of 17 with a wind chill of 15 below zero to 5 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny, a high of 24. On Thursday, partly cloudy and mild temperatures return, a high of 36. On Friday, mostly cloudy and mild. We have a slight chance for rain or snow, a high of 44. Right now in Madison, it's 11 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 7. In Waukesha, it's 10. And in Milwaukee, it's 16 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Good evening. Good chilly evening. 15 degrees right now, supposedly. I'm Sandy Maxx. Thank you so much for joining me for What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, and tonight, a 2-hour show here till 8 o'clock. Got some Milwaukee headlines in our entertainment scene, including a summer comedy announcement, a Summerfest concert announcement, and Milwaukee Film has a new executive director. So we'll get you updated on that. Get your gallery on for free Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Your invitation to a 1984 art party and a gallery night preview is coming up. And instead of a pub crawl, a dry crawl on Friday to enjoy with your fellow NA and NA curious pals to circulate and be social during dry January. I am still on my streak on January 13th, almost 2 weeks in, second year doing it. And I will tell you, I've definitely enjoyed the NA beers as a way to get through the dry January so I can enjoy the flavor. So whatever you need to do, we're here to help you. And I think Dry Crawl on Friday could be something worth considering. But first, I have a very special guest in the studio because I was on Instagram, as one is, and I saw Margaret Musa pop up. Margaret, welcome to What's on Tap.
Thank you so much for having me.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
I follow you because you do incredibly stark and interesting tintype photography, which is how we met in the first place when you were a Pfister artist in residence and doing tintype photography. And for those who are saying, I've heard of this, how do you describe tintype photography?
I describe it differently every single time I describe it. But the quickest way is just to say that it's one of the earliest photographic methods. It had like a 30-year life from around the 1850s to the 1880s. It's a really unique process that starts with a liquid emulsion that I pour onto a metal plate. And so there's no film or like paper negative. It's like a wet chemical process that happens on a metal plate in the camera. So those big cameras you see where people duck under the blackout cloth, that's the type of camera I use.
The big accordion on the back and the big flashlight, flash bulb and everything. So truly a technology from the Civil War era, and you still use that technology. I use that phrase in italics, but that technology today to create 21st century art. So I want to know what you have planned for 2025, but I want to tell people why I invited you here. Look at that. I'm already getting a little warbly in the voice because when I saw your post on Instagram, we've been seeing all the headlines for the disastrous wildfires in the Los Angeles County area, and I feel like almost everybody knows somebody, but you know someone. And what is the story that you can share with us tonight?
Yeah, my best friend, who I describe as like a sister to me, her name is Sunny. She lived in Altadena, and she lost her home and everything in it in the fires just earlier this week.
But I mean, just grabbed what, a kitty cat or two in a backpack?
Yeah. She is a really good friend who is one of only 3 people I've ever actually taught the tintype process to. So this photographic method that I practice, I taught her, years ago, and have loved watching her just blossom as an artist in this way. She's always been a creative individual who's practiced photography in other mediums in the past, but seeing her use this unique process in her own unique way has just been so incredible. And
how did you first get to know Sunny? Because then that means she's from Wisconsin.
She is from Wisconsin. She grew up way up north, actually, very near the UP, which is where my family's from. So we met in Milwaukee, but our families come from the same really small area, way, way, way up north. But she's friends with all my other siblings. I don't even remember how I first met her. She's just kind of been in my life for a while, but we've been through a lot together. We've gone on some wild journeys, and she's just such a calm soul and like lovely presence in my life that like I can't imagine not having. I'm so glad that she's okay and she made it out with her animals safely, but she was not just the way it happened when she found out that there was a fire. She didn't get any alerts on her phone or anything. She got a message from a friend saying there's like a fire near your house, and she looked outside and she saw it, and their power had been out, and she kind of just like looked and saw that she needed to go and didn't have much time to think. And unfortunately, it was nighttime. She couldn't really see anything in her house anyway. All of her photographic equipment, all of her tintype chemistry, her old cameras, everything that we use for this process, which is rare equipment and rare
and
things.
Historic, yeah.
Yeah, we're all in her garage, which is actually like operated by like a key code or something. So she actually couldn't get in because the power was out. So she wasn't able to get anything. And she just left. And so
you've spoken with her. Did she have any idea how serious it was and that she probably was not going to be coming back to a home?
No, I think that that's one of the hardest things for what I'm hearing a lot of people are dealing with is just this like, yes, you're leaving and you're kind of packing up the essentials, but you think you'll be right back. You don't really think that everything will be gone. And I think she's really is haunted by those moments. Like, why didn't I just grab, she has so many sentimental things that belong to her and her family, things that she's like moved with her from living in Milwaukee to California. And
sure, to make California those moments of home.
Yeah, it's far from home. And she is home is really important to her. And I just know that the space that she made in California was really, really important to her. So the fact that it's all gone. And a lot of those things are not replaceable. But we created a GoFundMe for her just so that, she can take a minute, I guess, to assess what's next and be able to start over.
That's another thing as a freelance artist. And what is the industry doing now? I feel like so many things have slowed down. So more of the story of artist Sunny Mills, Wisconsin native who has been an active creative force working on set design and fashion. And so we'll get to know Sunny Mills more as we chat with artist Margaret Musa. Stay with us here on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
The Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi.
The correct response from an elected official is to, 1, calm and reassure your community, and 2, understand that you are not driving the investigation. That's not a city, in my case, function. It's a law enforcement public safety function.
Hearing from political experts from across Wisconsin and beyond.
Don't throw your comments in that it's due to some illegal migrant, as they called them, causing havoc in New Orleans. That's just not the case.
Weekdays from 9 to 10 on WTMJ. The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Just like most cars and trucks can't run without oil, no person can function without food. That's why, through March 1st, the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee is contributing $1 from every oil change to Feeding America, Eastern Wisconsin. Every dollar provides 3 healthy meals. Over the past 14 years, Adam has provided more than 2.6 million meals to people in southeast Wisconsin. And now, the need is greater than ever. Find a participating Adam dealer near you at adamm.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Talking about Wisconsin native and artist Sunny Mills, who has been living in Los Angeles since about 2018, moved out there and has been actively working in the creative field, and her friend, local artist Margaret Musa, and I say friend, I guess in all capital letters, BFF level. Margaret Musa is in the studio with me. And if you go to GoFundMe, the website, and type in Sunny Mills, kind of like windmills, but Sunny Mills, you will see the GoFundMe page. And I talk about it because you've just shared with us, Margaret, those moments and really painted the picture I hadn't even thought of. Well, if the power was already out and it was dark and this is an unusual part of the city to have wildfires, would you really think it was that serious? But you do because your friend says, hey, there's fire coming near your house. You grab what you can thinking, oh, well, I'll be back. I have to go to work tomorrow. Those sorts of things. So she's truly been absolutely uprooted. And when's the last time you spoke with her? Like, where is she now able to stay? Is she staying with friends? Is she at one of the many shelters? Has she gone to one of these big parking lot gatherings where free food and diapers and clothes are being handed out? What has her life been like the past 6 days?
I know she has really good friends, 2 sisters, they're twins, and she's been friends with them for a long time. She's staying there at their house, and I know she has them to stay with for as long as she needs. And she has her 2 kitties with her, and they're safe. But she doesn't... I don't think she really knows what's next, and I don't. I'm also kind of trying to give her space. She went to visit her, the place that was her home, and kind of sifted through what was left and found a tintype, found like a piece of a tintype, and just like a couple little things, like a shell, certain things, that didn't burn, but there's really nothing left. And I don't know that, I haven't asked her what her plan is. I don't think she should really I think it's okay to just go really slow right now. I don't know if it's like necessarily the moment for like action of like what's next. I think like
they're still fighting the fires. It's not, that even that
so
isn't, that unknowns. Part of this disaster isn't finished. I have 2 thoughts, Margaret, that first, is that I'm glad to hear that you're giving one of your best friends space. And because I checked in with half a dozen of my friends in the LA area last Tuesday. Again, I didn't think it was going to be this severe, but like I'm giving them like the last text I got from some of those friends are like, hey, we don't have power, but I live in this neighborhood, but I'm concerned about this one that popped up that's closer to my neighborhood. They don't need me peppering them from Wisconsin, sending them my best thoughts. Like, I can't be helpful. I don't want them to drain their battery on me, but I want them to know I'm thinking about them. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe tomorrow night I reach out and check in and see how they're doing and if there's anything I can do to help. So that comforts me that I'm not a bad friend.
She doesn't even know I'm here talking to you about her today. I don't even bother her with that. I'm definitely just trying to she knows every once in a while I'll just tell her, thinking of you, I love you, and you always have a place here. And
the second thought when you're talking about giving somebody space, this is a massive grieving process. When you think about the 5 stages of grief and so many people, even people across the country, as we're discussing this, it's still a level of disbelief and shock.
And confusion. I think it must be so confusing to have everything be gone.
Everything's in upheaval. And Sunny Mills, it was fun looking up what she has done as an artist.
She's a great artist, yeah.
So here in Milwaukee, she was working on a lot of music videos. Mm-hmm. She was a stylist, also doing set design.
She does it all. She's a builder. She sews. Yeah, she's really creative, positive person. There's nothing she can't do. She's very capable.
Was there a job in particular that she moved to California for, or a certain field that she really wanted to work in the creative arts?
I think that she's doing that. I think the job that she's doing, she's done a lot of really cool, big jobs for music videos and stuff. And I think the dream was just to have, a creative job building and making sets and stuff, and also kind of having time to do your own creative work, which is what Tintypes were for her. She was able to kind of, meet a lot of other artists and photograph them and create her own vision with making a set for her own ideas and having models and stuff and doing these big scenes that she would make. And I just have loved watching what she's done, and I can't wait to get her everything she needs to do it again, when she's ready, if she wants to. I'm sure she will.
Margaret, I'll check in with you and get some updates. For now, it's GoFundMe, and Sunny Mills is her name. And if you type that in, it's simply titled Sunny's New Start After Devastating Fire, which is a pretty succinct way of putting it, and a sobering way that a lot of us can't relate to, but we're learning these stories. So thank you for bringing this important and meaningful story, and we all wish Sunny the best. But if you're interested to go to the GoFundMe page, it's GoFundMe, Sunny Mills, Sunny's New Start After Devastating Fire, and get to know her better. And gosh, we wish her well. And Margaret, since you've been so kind to rearrange your schedule and come in and visit me, and you and I haven't really connected for a couple of years.
It's true.
I want to know because you're very good friends with the Upswing's Jeff Sherman, and he has told me a couple of projects that you're working on that I want to know more about. So we'll get the Margaret Musa update here on the local art scene next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your fourth quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 844-763-2837 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today, 844-763-2837. That's 844-763-2837. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. Put it simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle, so I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time to see how Advent can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Looking for the most popular answer. What's the worst thing about Wisconsin winters? Gina Della from Pella.
Finding a sitter when snow closes school. It's the time of the year when we just want to be all warm and snuggly at home. And Pella helps make your home as beautiful on the outside as it is comfortable on the inside. With inviting doors to let friends and family in and beautiful energy-efficient windows to keep the cold out. Celebrate the new year with 0% interest for up to 3 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Been sharing with you the story of Wisconsin native and artist who moved to LA almost 10 years ago, named Sonny Mills, who is one of the thousands of people affected by the horrible wildfires. GoFundMe.com. Look up Sonny's new start after devastating fire, or Sonny Mills, and you can help her out as she rebuilds her life. And one of her very best friends, artist Margaret Musa, is in the studio with me sharing Sonny Mills' story, but also let's shift our focus to 2025. You and I were talking in the green room. It's like, okay, despite a lot of upheaval that has started the year, we're feeling positive. We got some things to look forward to. So what are you looking forward to in your creativity in 2025?
Well, I have a show coming up. It's actually like my first solo show, really, I would say, like officially at the Portrait Society Gallery on Friday. For gallery night.
Ooh.
I've been taking tintypes. 2025 marks my 10th year working as an artist in this medium. And so it feels like a really good time to look back on a lot of my work. So I'll have a collection of pieces that have never shown or just are kind of weird that I've done over the years. And then we're offering like a really unique, we're hoping that the opening is going to be a chance for people to actually sign up to be the subject of some portraits that I can take over the course of the next couple months. And then at the closing, all of these portraits will be up on the wall. And they're really unique because I'm going to be using like my giant camera, which is like the size of a refrigerator, to make images on really, really old, dark, like coffee-colored mirror that's like 16 by 20. So this process is wild because if you want to make a big image, you need a big camera because the plate actually has to sit in the back of the camera. So we have all this
that's right, because
gorgeous
you're not
old mirror.
projecting. Yeah, you're actually putting that image on and then bringing it to life with the chemicals. That's fascinating that you're going to do something that huge. And where is this on Friday night?
At the Portrait Society Gallery in the 3rd Ward.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that and really excited to learn other. I'm learning how to make bend neon signs, like make neon and blow glass, and I'm really excited about that. That's something I've always wanted to learn. So just like kind of learning something totally new, and hoping to incorporate that in my work as well.
And before I let you go out into the chilly evening, tell me about your creative space, because now you're also part of history in South Milwaukee.
Oh, that's really generous of you to say. My sister Renee and I bought an old church in South Milwaukee, this little chapel-sized church about 5 years ago. And it's a tiny, really beautiful little space that's 100 years old. And that is actually where I host all of my portrait sessions. So that's the studio that you come to when you book a session with me. But yeah, it's a nice space that we can also share with other creatives. We've had concerts and stuff there, and people can rent it out for, a baby shower or a birthday party or something. So we're really happy to be in South Milwaukee. We love it, and we really love the space.
How cool. Margaret Musa, look for her at Gallery Night at the Portrait Society and in the 3rd Ward, and look up margaretmusa.com. And again, GoFundMe.com, Sunny Mills, to help one of our former Wisconsinites who's out in L.A. now with 2 cats in a backpack and putting together her life after the L.A. fires. So, Margaret, thank you so much for coming and sharing Sunny's story and telling us what to keep an eye on for you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we're going to talk about Fluffy coming back to the fair after we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here's Jessica Gatzo.
Thanks, Sandy. A family loses their home in a fire at 29th and Fond du Lac. At least 8 people were evacuated from the 2.5-story house this morning. Several had to be rescued from a 2nd-story balcony. Authorities say frigid temperatures, strong winds, and a fire hydrant issue made fighting this fire very difficult. The home was in the Woods family for more than 50 years. A total of 13 people who call it home are now displaced. 2 suffered minor injuries. Family members believe a space heater started the fire. Arrests finally made in an overdose death from the summer. Washington County deputies arrested a 30-year-old man from Milwaukee in connection to the death of a 39-year-old woman from Hartford in June 2024. The man is in custody in Ozaukee County on unrelated charges. He was out on bond on a different set of drug charges from Waupaca County when he allegedly sold fentanyl to the woman, causing her death. 2 other men from Milwaukee were also arrested for conspiracy to distribute drugs in this same case. Milwaukee Film has a new executive director. The organization says Susan Santha-Kearns will assume the role effective February 3rd. She served as Milwaukee Film's education director from 2010 to 2013 and co-founded the Chicago Feminist Film Festival. Current interim executive director Ann Reed will retire from the role after a transitional overlap. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads this evening, not seeing any delays, just a couple of disabled vehicles to look out for on the shoulders. And taking a look at the WTMJ forecast, tonight partly cloudy skies, windy and very cold. A slight chance for light snow to the south, a low of 5 degrees and a wind chill of 10 below 0 to 20 below 0. Tuesday, sunny, breezy, and still cold, a high of 17, a wind chill below 15 below 0. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 24. Thursday, partly cloudy and mild temperatures return. We'll see a high of 36. On Friday, mostly cloudy and mild, a slight chance for rain or snow showers later in the day, a high of 44. Right now in Madison, it's 10 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 7. In Waukesha, it's 9. And in Milwaukee, it's 16 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatzo, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 6:33.
If affordable home decor is what you've been looking for, look no further, because we're happy to show you just how easily glass can turn up the wow value of your home. Take those old kitchen cabinet doors. You pull the cabinet doors off their hinges, mill out the center, and we'll replace it with glass. It could have a design, or we could use plain glass for a simple metro look. We can design any look you're going for, from traditional to prairie, beveled glass, even custom designs. And it doesn't stop there. Entry glass, transoms, bath mirrors, rec room mirrors? How about a rec room mirror with your personalized sports design sandblasted right on? That could be a pretty cool look. All it takes is a little outside-of-the-box thinking, and we'll help you get there. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
With the ability to market luxury homes on a higher scale than ever before, Century 21 Benefit Realty has taken a huge step forward to tap into a global network of buyers. Maximum exposure to spotlight your unique home with our fine homes and estates marketing so you can sell it for the highest price. And with no upfront fees and 1.9% real estate commission, you win. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
This message is sponsored by WisCaregiver.com. Now is the time to start a meaningful career as a caregiver. Make a real difference in people's lives. WisCaregiver.com gives you 2 great options for free. Train for the in-demand caregiver workforce as a CDCP, Certified Direct Care Professional, or become a CNA, Certified Nurse Aide. All training is free. Plus, you can earn a $500 bonus. Learn more. Visit WisCaregiver.com.
If better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
That is the sound of reality star Heidi Montag. It's a song for her 2010 album titled Superficial. And why am I playing this? Because you know I love music, but there's this particular reason that I would play this song. Because we've been discussing the LA wildfires, and Sunny Mills, former Wisconsin native, or she's a Wisconsin native but used to live up near the UP, moved out to LA and has been a working creative there doing set design. Well, she is one of the many people who was trying to rebuild after the devastating fire. So we were just hearing her story from local artist Margaret Musa. And there's been, back and forth debates of, well, it's just all wealthy people who lived in Malibu. Now, this fire has affected absolutely everybody. And when it comes to the celebrities, it's been a list that has piqued people's interest. But reality stars from the hills, Heidi Montag and Spencer Pratt, which I would never tell you that they're a likable couple. But hey, good on them that they're still together. And they are one of the people whose houses were just absolutely devastated. So I am not what I would call myself a Spidey fan, but Spencer Pratt did something very nice for his wife that was very unexpected. He went on social media and said, hey, you know what you could do to brighten my wife's life? Listen to her album. It's the 15th anniversary of Heidi Montag's album, Superficial. And believe it or not, people did. Fans went and bought Heidi Montag's 2010 album, Superficial, on iTunes. And this is an album that 15 years ago, when it came out, 1,000 copies were sold, and it was not highly rated. I think it's an album you could work out to. Now it's soared to number 1 on iTunes charts in the U.S., in the U.K., and Australia. And Spidey have both come out on social media saying thank you, and it's nice to see that they're grateful and they appreciate the turnout, which has to be just one of the ways that they're seeing positivity and hope in this terrible, terrible time. It's a story that kind of highlights the power of community and fan support in times of adversity. And but I did my due diligence. I listened to the 15th anniversary edition of the album that has been released, and something I noticed is there's a couple of songs with 80s influence, like this one. When I heard this, I was like, hey, hold on. I thought maybe the streaming had shifted. No, this is Heidi Montag's song, Body Language, that uses Yaz's Situation from the 80s. So see, like I said, I could work out to this. But then I was listening a little bit more. I'm going to tell you, it wasn't bad to stream in the background today. I wasn't mad. But then I also had to laugh when I heard this song as well, called Bad Boy by Heidi Montag. Bad boy, you so fine, you blow my mind. Okay, anybody here? Hey, Mickey in that? So Heidi's got the 80s influence going. So if you too are interested in buying or streaming Superficial, you'd be helping people. But honestly, the takeaway for me from this kind of fun story is find the happy, unexpected stories, and also find ways to support people as you can, whether it's buying art, streaming music, going to shows when people are touring. the GoFundMe that we were talking about earlier. And another way to help people, everyone, not just creatives, is the Red Cross. And if you are able, please help people affected by the California wildfires. You can donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. We have something fun to look forward to at the Wisconsin State Fair. You might have been disappointed about it last year. That's your hint. We're going to get fluffy next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
By now you've probably figured out what's most important to us at Semperfi is our reputation. Building a great character-driven remodeling company is actually quite easy. It's just the first 20 years that are a bit challenging. Great companies are collections of great people, and we have great people. They're the ones that helped us build our reputation, but they only come after you've built something they want to be part of. We don't necessarily have to look for good people. They come to us. And that's what you want when you hire an exterior remodeling company. Someone who's going to stand behind their work, and a company that is truly proud of their people. And it's because they do great work. And when you're ready, we'll do great work for you too. This is Brad Youngluth with Semperfi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semperfi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semperfi.
Slipping on the ice?
Ugh.
Someone else shoveling your driveway.
Ah.
Cold feet?
Ugh.
Toasty tootsies.
Ah.
Waking up to a cold house?
Ugh.
With no warm air coming from the register.
Ugh.
And discovering your antiquated furnace is DOA.
Ugh.
But now, this is you learning that Mr. Holland's Home Services can install a new, fully warranted, highly efficient comfort system.
Ah.
Better yet, you can enjoy consistent, cozy comfort with payments as low as $79 a month with approved credit.
Ah.
Because you deserve it.
Ah.
If your failing furnace is showing signs of old age, be proactive. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services to schedule the installation of your brand new, fully functional comfort system for a low monthly rate. And take your winter from
Ugh.
to 866-992-1717. Or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. Ready to put some thaw in your we can help.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
How you doing? I am Sandy Maxx. It is What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.com. And some good news today as you look ahead to summertime, especially on a day where it's going to be, it's dipping down really chilly tonight. Single digits and temperatures, wind chills below zero. But I can help you think about warmer times. Gabriel Iglesias puts a smile on your face. His nickname is Fluffy. He's going to be back at the Wisconsin State Fair. Just announced today. You can laugh out loud on Thursday, August 7th at 7:30. Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias will be on the newly named Bank 5-9 main stage right there in the where you sit on the bleachers and look down on the racetrack. And this is a pretty big deal because a lot of people were disappointed last year when the weather canceled his show. And now you won't, well, fingers crossed, now you get your chance to see Gabriel Iglesias. Let's hope for really, really good weather. And he is a very popular comedian. 2 billion YouTube views is what Gabriel Iglesias has right now. And he's also got Netflix specials. I'm Sorry for What I Said When I Was Hungry, or Stadium Fluffy. So mark your calendars for Thursday, August 7th at the 2025 Wisconsin State Fair. And this is a little taste of his thoughts on cold temperatures. He remembers a very chilly time in New York City.
I was here a little while back when you guys had a high of 7. Yeah, I'm from California. If there's a 7, yeah, well, me too, I don't know what a 7 is unless there's like a 4, 5, 6 or, something right behind it. 7! You can't even scream at 7. Like, I go to my fridge at night and sometimes I'll accidentally open the freezer and that's 30. 7, there's no sound.
And that is Gabriel Iglesias. He will be back in Wisconsin. He's performed at the Wisconsin State Fair a lot. I don't know if it's an annual tradition for him. Some entertainers it is, but very glad to announce Thursday, August 7th, Fluffy at the newly named Bank 59 main stage. And tickets will go on sale this week on Friday at 10 a.m., wistatefair.com. And if you join Friends of the Fair at the WSFPfoundation.org, you can get it on a pre-sale. So you might want to not miss out on that and get the laughs. So Fluffy at the Fair, August 7th. Something to look forward to this summer. Another concert announcement today. This one for Summerfest. Some gritty guitar sounds by a guy named George. All will be revealed during the song you need to hear. Next on What's on Tap.
While you rest on the weekends, we work for you. Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. The latest in news.
The amount of energy people are using is going up. Power companies are changing where that power comes from.
Entertainment.
This is the culmination of these tour journals of all the weirdest shows I've played.
And more.
Anybody who looks at this institutionally would never allow recess appointments to happen when a Republican president gets elected because they'll know what will happen if a Democrat gets elected.
Every Sunday morning starting at 8 on WTMJ.
Hey there, Sandy Maxx of WTMJ. And after the holidays, are you looking back and reflecting on those gatherings? Maybe you noticed one of your loved ones doing physically and mentally just a little slower or different than you remembered. And it's time to maybe have that conversation about transitioning to a wonderful living space like Three Pillars Senior Living Communities in Dousman. Well, the good news is Three Pillars Senior Living Communities offer resources and free educational programs to help you have that conversation for family members, or maybe it's you if you're ready to transition to the caring, top-rated environment that Three Pillars offers. Get those resources. Find out more at their website, threepillars.org, or you can call them, 3 Pillars, 800-848-5306.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. As you probably know, when you buy one dinner, you get a second dinner free every night at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. That's incredible. Well, through January 15th, when you buy a $100 gift card, you get a $20 gift card free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Buy $500 in gift cards, get $125 in free gift cards. Incredible bargains. Business owners, managers, Fox and Hound's gift cards make perfect year-round gifts because everyone loves a free dinner. When you buy one dinner, you get one free. That offer is like when you buy one gift card, getting a second gift card for free. Your company will save hundreds of dollars and your employees will truly appreciate you. It's a great place. Festive, fun, delicious food. If you didn't have your company party in December, have it in January at the Fox and Hounds. Half of your employee dinners are free. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. Order your free gift cards at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
We know what you're thinking, and all we can tell you is to drive careful.
Yep, Wisconsin roads are no joke this time of year, especially when you're driving on old, worn-out tires.
Schedule yourself a tire appointment with Rich Lawns. We carry all sorts of tire brands, including Goodyear, Kelly, Continental, and General, to name a few.
And every tire we install automatically comes with free tire mounting, free lifetime tire rotation, free flat tire repairs, and free alignment inspections.
Not to mention free wheel corrosion cleaning, lifetime warranty spin balance, and prorated tire protection.
Let's just say if you're driving around town, especially this time of year on old worn out tires, you're due for tire service.
Courtney's right. And remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you have good tread on your tires because cold, wet, icy roads are no joke. I'm Brett Matchke with Richlands, and you're due for service.
Richlands Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richlands.
Immerse yourself in a place where bold ideas are sought after, where all are encouraged to bring their personal flourish. Here, innovation is a way of life. In this city, the beat flows. Together, we're dancing to the rhythm. Forward. Now, it's your turn to grab hold of that energy where you'll remember not just the meals, the celebrations, or the uncommon coast. What you'll remember is how we made you feel. Come experience Milwaukee, where fresh meets fearless every day.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
Summerfest is on the way, and another concert announcement happened today. Performing at Summerfest Friday, June 20th at the BMO Pavilion, George Thorogood and the Destroyers bringing the Baddest Show on Earth tour to Milwaukee. That is the first Friday of Summerfest, and George Thorogood says if the circus makes everybody feel like a kid again, this tour is going to make you feel like a teenager. So I like that he's going to show up and entertain us and play that gritty guitar. And also on the bill, Foghat. That's going to be a fun night of classic rock. June 20th, a Friday night at the BMO Pavilion at Summerfest. And you know George Thorogood's going to play this song. Here's George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone, the song you need to hear on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Born, the nurses all gathered round, and they gazed in wide wonder at the joy they had found. The head nurse spoke up, said, "Leave this one alone." She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad, bad. Bad to the bone. I broke 1,000 hearts before I met you. I'll break 1,000 more, baby, before I am through. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone, bad to the bone, bad, bad. Bad to the bone. Woman beg, and I make a good woman steal. I make an old woman blush, and I make a young girl squeal. I wanna be yours, pretty baby, yours and yours alone. I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone. Bad, 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 bad to the bone. every woman I meet, they all stay satisfied. I want to tell you, pretty baby, what I see, I'll make my own. And I'm here to tell you, honey, that I'm bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Bad. 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 Woo! Bad to the bone.
George Thorogood and the Destroyers, Bad to the Bone, and you can hear that song performed live at Summerfest this year. The first Friday, June 20th, George Thorogood and the Destroyers with Foghat at BMO Pavilion. That is going to be one fun night of classic rock. And George Thorogood seems excited about this tour, the Baddest Show on Earth tour, and he is ready to entertain people. And Foghat, you know Foghat, I bet, but even the younger people know Foghat because Slow Ride's been everything from Guitar Hero 3 to Top Gun Maverick. So classic rock is classic for a reason, friends. Summerfest, those tickets go on sale on Friday to see George Thorogood and the Destroyers. Stay with me for another hour of What's on Tap. News next on WTMJ.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Freighter and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Deep freeze is here. It's not too late for you to get hot, hot, hot. Fox World Travel has your ticket to paradise with exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. Save up to $150 on Mexico and Caribbean vacations with Apple Vacations, or get Fox exclusive cruise perks like onboard credits and more with Celebrity Cruises, Holland America, or Princess. Don't miss this limited time to book now and save only at Fox World Travel. Book online or call 866-GO-FOX-GO and mention code radio.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Tune in on Sundays at 10 a.m. for the AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show. Join AccuNet's Brian and David Wickert for the most up-to-date information on mortgage trends, along with timely news on the real estate market. The housing market is in flux, but the national headlines don't often fit local market conditions. Find out what's really happening on the front lines of real estate and mortgage financing in Wisconsin and make better decisions by tuning in every Sunday at 10 a.m. The AccuNet Mortgage and Realty Show with Brian and David Wickert on WTMJ.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 16 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy, windy, and very cold. A slight chance for light snow to the south. A low of 5 degrees. Wind chill 10 below zero to 20 below zero. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatzo. Los Angeles area residents impacted by the Eaton fire are calling on the power company to pay up. Here's ABC national correspondent Matt Gutman.
ABC News has learned at least 4 homeowners and renters who lost their homes in the Eaton fire have filed lawsuits against Southern California Edison, alleging the company failed to de-energize equipment despite those wind warnings. Today, the head of SoCal Edison's parent company telling GMA they've seen no indication their equipment started the fire, but they're aware of the videos and investigating.
President Biden says the federal government will cover firefighting costs for the next 180 days. Blue Origin says it will try again in a few hours to launch its new rocket from the Cape. CBS News correspondent Peter King has details on why the company scrubbed this morning's launch attempt.
Blue Origin had reset the countdown clock several times before finally scrubbing.
We are standing down today's launch attempt to troubleshoot a vehicle subsystem issue.
It wasn't until 7 p.m. Eastern Time that the company revealed the problem, an icy feed line affecting the power for hydraulic systems. Blue Origin says it'll try again with a 3-hour window opening at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, but weather could get in the way this time. The powerful New Glenn rocket is some 30 stories tall and could propel Blue Origin into the orbital space business. Peter King, CBS News, Orlando.
Time is running out before roads get blocked for the town of Lac du Flambeau. The proposed barricade by the Chippewa Ojibwe tribe is to reestablish talks with the town about setting monthly payments to the tribe. Those roads run through tribal land. Lac du Flambeau Tribe Public Relations Director Araya Breedlove tells WTMJ the tribe hopes payments will continue, but is open to other ways of resolving the issue.
That, or we can come to a different negotiation, whether it becomes like we get more of our land back, different water rights. There's all kinds of things that we could bring to the table that I think could settle this.
The barricade would be enforced starting Thursday. A school referendum could be on the ballot in Racine this April.
The Racine Unified School District Board will hold a special meeting this evening to consider adding a 5-year, $190 million operational referendum to their ballot. Money from an operational referendum would go towards school safety and high school academy offerings, among other things. If it fails, the superintendent says there would be programming and staff cuts. The Racine Journal-Times says if approved, the referendum would add about $35 in taxes per $100,000 of assessed property value. Eric Bilstead, WTMJ News.
One day after the season ended with a 22-10 playoff loss to the Eagles, the Packers are back in Green Bay, clearing out the locker room.
A locker room that will, according to running back Josh Jacobs, look a little different next season.
Locker room's going to be different. We got some guys due for a contract this year. We don't know what that's going to look like, how that's going to shake up.
With Aaron Rodgers' contract off the books, the Packers will have in the neighborhood of $63 million of cap space.
I know I'm going to try to get some guys in.
As for Jacobs' offseason goals,
main thing on my mind is figure out how do we take that step? How do I help the guys take that step?
Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
Great Midwest Bank has document imaging technology from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed business technology company. The bank's IT systems administrator, Michael Quizon, comments on the value of local.
We call on them at any point, they're there. We ask them any questions that we have, they're there.
James Imaging Systems, local business technology solutions, local support, local accountability. Luther Gray, Director of Ticket Operations and Group Sales for the Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra.
If an issue does arise, they're very prompt, polite, and professional. It makes me feel empowered because I find it very easy to resolve something.
James Imaging Systems client, Al Leidinger, President of Matheson Manufacturing, summarized the benefit of local.
James Imaging has been a really good partner with us from the beginning.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Good morning, beat freaks. Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-Week Challenge. The Metamucil 2-Week Challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 Fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great. If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gerber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The top-ranked Wisconsin women's hockey team secured a 3-1 victory over the Minnesota State Mavericks on Saturday. Wisconsin has now allowed more than 1 goal in 17 of their 24 matchups this season. Badgers sports updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. The Bucks are on the home court tomorrow night. They'll take on the Kings, tip-off at 7. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. All clear on the roads this evening. No major incidents, no delays. And time for the WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, windy and very cold. We have a slight chance for light snow to the south, a low of 5 degrees, a wind chill of 10 below 0 to 20 below. A Tuesday, sunny skies, still breezy and very cold, a high of 17, that wind chill 15 below 0. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 24. Thursday, partly cloudy and mild temperatures return, a high of 36. Friday, mostly cloudy and mild, a slight chance for rain or snow later on Friday, a high of 44. Right now in Madison, it's 10 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 7. In Waukesha, it's 9. And in Milwaukee, it's 16 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:07.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Hello, welcome to hour number 2 of What's on Tap. I'm excited about this hour for a lot of reasons. First, I want to tell you the news. Milwaukee Film has a new executive director. I'll get you the details on that. And art fans, this is one of our favorite weekends, and there's a lot of free art to enjoy. You have an invitation to a 1984 art party and a gallery night preview. And instead of a pub crawl, a dry crawl on Friday to enjoy with your fellow NA and NA Curious pals. Those details all coming up on What's on Tap before 9 o'clock or before 8 o'clock. Good Lord. It's not a supersized show tonight. Here till 8 o'clock, but all those headlines and details are coming up. But first, the Great Library Treasure Hunt is coming. And to tell us about the fun, please welcome to What's on Tap, Milwaukee County Federated Library System Public Information Coordinator, Deb Merritt. Hi, Deb.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my gosh. My pleasure. And Deb is also an artist. So once we find out about all the fabulous library details, I want to find out what creative projects you have personally planned for 2025. But first, I feel like I have to get out my magnifying glass, my map, the Great Library Treasure Hunt. What is it?
Yeah, this is a new program. We're so excited. We are launching the announcement of it today, and it starts on Saturday. So everybody's going to have a little heads up this week. And this is a program that is going to get everybody to come out to all the libraries in Milwaukee County. We have 27 public libraries in the county, and most people just go to the one that is closest to their house or maybe their office. But they may not realize all the incredible spaces and things that all the other locations have. So this is a game that you can play. Anyone in Milwaukee can play. You're going to go to any public library and pick up a map. and I'm going to show that to the people here for our blog.
On our YouTube live stream. There it is.
Yeah,
it's colorful.
Yeah, and all the libraries are marked. So you're going to go to a library, and the first thing you're going to do is actually take a lap, and you're going to just look around, and you're going to find something cool that you love about that library. That's your treasure. You're going to write that on the map and take it to the librarian, and they're going to stamp the map for you to show that you've been to that location.
So we're going to find out what your favorite thing is about each library.
Exactly. And that's going to help you remember for when you may want to go back and do something there. And then for every 9 libraries you go to, you fill out an entry form, and you get put into a drawing for prizes at the end of the contest.
And we always like prizes.
Right.
We always like prizes. Well, so we've got the map.
Yeah.
Is there also a map online?
There are actually, you can go to www.librarytreasurehunt.com. All the information about the game is there. And what you can find there is routes. We've got clusters of libraries that will show you the little maps for you to go. You can take a half a day, make a day of it on a Saturday, and hit, 5 libraries in one shot.
Take
and
a little
get
trail.
all those stamps put together and make it easy for you.
See, you are a kindred spirit, because I am one of those 27, I wanted to do them all in one day, and then I get overwhelmed and upset. This is a whole, New Year's resolution thing where you bite off more than you can chew. But you're right, with 27 different libraries in our area, plus you have until May 3rd.
Yeah, you have 4 months almost.
Yeah, you don't have to get this all done in the next 2 weeks.
Exactly. We wanted to give everybody time to just, leisurely do this too and enjoy it, because that's the whole point.
It's great for families because we've got the school year going on through, that May 3rd date.
Exactly.
But one of my favorite conversations of 2024 here on What's on Tap, Deb, was with you last fall. Because September was Get Your Library Card Month.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, did I enjoy that conversation about all the items, all the unusual things that you can borrow from the library. So I won't go down that wormhole now, but I highly recommend going back to the What's on Tap podcast, because that was so much fun. Button makers, bubble machines.
Yeah.
Knitting needles so you can try a hobby without having to invest in all.
Right.
Power tools, it was home improvement. So much that is a resource for your library.
Mm-hmm.
What are some other things that you think people are going to discover about libraries?
Yeah, so one of the things we want to do is we want people to realize that the library isn't just about the stuff you can get there. It's about the place itself, the architecture and the features that the libraries themselves have where you can just go and enjoy. It's a community hub where you can spend time with your family or just come there to work for a while and not have to spend any money at all. So we've got libraries with art galleries and maker spaces with things like 3D printers and crafting spaces that people can use. In the summer, we have gardens and story paths. There are fireplaces where you can come and sit and be cozy and read.
That paints a perfect picture.
I know, it's amazing. People just can't even believe all this stuff. When we post pictures online, everybody just freaks out because they had no idea, and so that's what we want you to discover. Come through the doors and see these places that we have for you.
Because it's interesting, when we joked about this last September too, is that the library has evolved so much in the decades where it's a shh.
Right.
It's not that space
not that at all anymore. Yeah, not at all.
It's a place to gather and you can have conversations and play games and discuss books.
Yes, we've got a library with a video gaming room. Like, bring your friends and make a day.
Which library is that?
That's Oak Creek, actually.
A video gaming room.
Yeah,
because I'm sure some people's ears just perked up for that.
You got to reserve it. You got to call them. But yeah.
But to your point, it is free. The library card is free. I mean, in this day and age, to have such a resource that costs you nothing is immense. And especially when people are talking about inflation and childcare. Now, I'm not suggesting go take your child but just when you're trying to manage entertainment and finances and also stimulation and be entertained and also educated.
Exactly.
Boy, is the library a great solution.
They've got so much for you. Absolutely. All the programming, and it's not just for kids, it's for adults too.
We're going to find out about the prizes, and there's also I'd say a collectible that's involved in the Great Library Treasure Hunt. Yes. Stay with me and Deb Merritt next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Throughout history, some people have been born into greatness because of their name or family. Others gained greatness because of their actions. On Wisconsin's Morning News, we celebrate everyday heroes, the John or Jane Doe who had no idea when they woke up one morning they'd be saving a life. Everyday Heroes, Thursday at 6:40 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care.
So how do you underpromise and still get the job? We believe in our hearts we're going to do great work for you. We're just really careful about making unrealistic promises. At Semper Fi, we refuse to set the bar higher than we can jump. But be assured, that's the goal. To do all we can to jump as high as possible to try to exceed your expectations. We're looking to break records. That's how you win over customers, get really great referrals, and build a great business. When you're making a decision to hire an exterior remodeling company, character, integrity, and the feeling that the people you're about to hire are truly eager to show you how good they are should stand at the top of your list. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about, in my clinic, kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
You are now the first to know about the Great Library Treasure Hunt. Just announced today. See, that's why you listen to What's on Tap, so you don't miss out on these fun things. And in the studio with me, Milwaukee County Federated Library System Public Information Coordinator and artist, Deb Merritt. And Deb, you have given us the reveal, the Great Library Treasure Hunt.
Yeah.
In one sentence, how do you describe it?
An opportunity for you to see all the incredible things our libraries give you when you walk through the doors.
And starting on Saturday, you can pick up your treasure hunt map at any of the 27 libraries. That still just sounds like a lot to me. It's wonderful, but 27 libraries in the Milwaukee County Federated Library System. You get that map, and you have until May 3rd to complete the scavenger hunt. But there's one incentive to not delay, but we'll get to that. First, I want to know what the prizes are. Because you can win prizes if you get 9 libraries visited, 18 libraries visited, or, super achiever, all 27.
That's right.
What are we hunting? What's our incentive?
Yeah, so for every 9 libraries you go to, you get 1 entry into the prize drawing. And the prizes, we're drawing 5 names, and they will each receive a $100 Visa gift card. And if you go to all 27 libraries, you get 2 extra entries into that. Plus, you get a golden ticket entry for the grand prize drawing, which is a $250 Visa gift card.
We like cash.
Everybody likes
money
cash,
spent.
right?
Exactly. You can do whatever you want with. That's lovely. And that's not... That's a manageable amount of money.
Doable.
So if a kid wins,
man,
that's big bank.
Yeah. I also wanted to tell you that because a lot of families are going to do this, and all the kids are going to love it. Everybody gets their own map in the family. You don't have to just share a map per family. Every kid gets a map. Every kid has a chance to win.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's thoughtful.
Yeah.
And we all know how that is.
That's way more fun.
You got to share all the time.
That,
I was just going to say, as siblings, you got to share all the time. You get to do your own thing.
That's right.
And this is also fun, I think, also for, book clubs, the gatherings of adults who enjoy reading and kind of haven't had a chance to get together. This would be
really fun friends group activity.
And you've also shown us on that. Hold up the map again, if you don't mind, on the WTMJ YouTube live stream. If you text WATCH, WATCH, to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 855-616-1620, you can see the colorful map to look for when you walk into the library starting on Saturday. But I am a big fan of the bonus contest. The collectible water bottle stickers. But this is the don't dilly-dally till May 3rd. This is jump on it. Tell us about the Great Library Treasure Hunt collectible waterproof stickers.
Yeah, so for an extra fun bonus game, Each library location has 100 water bottle stickers that has their logo on it. So as you go to those locations, you can get that water bottle sticker, but there are only 100 per location. So you've got to get in there pretty fast in order to see if you can collect all 27. You can put them on your own water bottle. You can put them on the map. You can put them on your own stuff. Or if you want to really go for it, you can order a custom water bottle that's for Milwaukee County Libraries that has little squares for each of those stickers to go onto, so you can get the whole shebang there.
Ooh, what a pride point.
Yeah,
what a pride point. How did you get involved in the library system in the first place?
I've been there for 3.5 years now. Honestly, I lost my job when the pandemic started, so I had been kind of freelancing and doing some tutoring work. And a friend of mine told me about this job opening that they had here at the library. And so I sent in my application and went from there. So it wasn't even on my radar, but it's been just the best job I think I've ever had.
I would say the way you speak of it, I thought you were going to say, I went to school to be a librarian. I live and breathe libraries. But it's a great fit for you.
It's a great fit. It's fulfilling. It's important work. I actually studied writing when I was in college, so definitely my love of literature is a big part of it too.
And why do you think it's important for people to come to the library?
Well, libraries, not everybody knows, libraries are funded a couple different ways, but they get a large part of their budgets from the cities that they're in. So, and a lot of that is tied to usage. So they keep track of people who come through the doors, how many books get checked out, all the numbers. They have to report that every year. So people, we often get questions about, how can I help my library? What can we do? Come to the library. Honestly, that is a huge part of how libraries keep operating, is that we show how important we are to our communities. You can also reach out to your local legislators and elected officials and just send them a note and tell them why the library is important to you. And that goes a really long way when it comes to budgets.
Interesting that communication is effective.
It's very important.
Because I think a lot of people just glossed over and you say, reach out to your legislator. Say, yeah, I'd rather go to the library and check out a book if that's going to, move the needle. But it is nice to hear that you've seen the results of people communicating with lawmakers.
Absolutely. We actually have a special day every year where we librarians go to Madison and talk with our legislators there. And most of the time what we bring them is testimonials from our patrons to just show them the impact that the libraries are making.
We got to take them a treasure map this time.
Yeah.
Talking with Deb Merritt from the Milwaukee County Federated Library System. She's the Public Information Coordinator. Deb, tell us where to get the treasure hunt map so we can get started on Saturday.
To get the map, you just have to go to any public library in Milwaukee County, and we have an easy way for you to find the closest library to you. If you don't know, we have a website that is findmylibrary.org. And if you go to that, you'll get a listing of every library in the county and how to get there.
Oh, how fun. Yeah. So hopefully get more people in libraries. And like you said, truly discovering, because I was last at the Mitchell Street Library in 2020, the beginning of 2020. And they had just remodeled and big atrium type style windows and really great communal spaces. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They've got an incredible maker space at that location.
Ooh. Yeah. So you can discover for yourself and be impressed like you hear in my voice. But,
right?
Findmylibrary.org. And if you just want to jump right to the chase and go to librarytreasurehunt.com and see that map. Deb Merritt, I want to find out what you have planned as an artist when you're not at the library. That's next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Do you hear that? The Milwaukee Boat Show is here. 8 days of boating excellence at the Wisconsin Expo Center at State Fair Park, January 17th through the 19th and the 22nd through the 26th. While you're there, register to win the HO Sports Beacon Eye Kayak from Skipper Buds, the most durable inflatable kayak in the market. Milwaukee Boat Show is back at the Wisconsin State Fair inside the Expo Center. For more information, visit WTMJ.com.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay. Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avastin-capted Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
We've saved our clients over $19 million in real estate commission. I say this because that's a pretty big number. But at Century 21 Benefit Realty, it's really not about being a top volume agency. Over here, it's more about you. And at 1.9% commission and no more than $19,000 commission, for the listing side of your sale, no matter what size property you're selling, you will save substantially. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. First off, our 1.9% commission structure helps get their foot in the door, and that's why agents like working here. But what they really like is having the strongest marketing tools available, with the resources to help them sell homes at the highest prices to satisfy their clients. Century 21 Benefit Realty offers what agents like most, and that's to help them be successful. If you really want to believe in the business model that you're representing, give me a call. I'm Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty. Call me, and let's talk about your future. Each office is independently owned and operated.
St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores has been voted the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel's Best in Thrift. So to all who voted for us, thank you. And to those who haven't yet been here, there are so many items to explore. And at thrift store prices, you can find a really great deal. At the same time, you'll be helping us help others, sometimes folks right in your own neighborhood. St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
The Great Library Treasure Hunt kicks off on Saturday
the 18th.
At your Milwaukee County Libraries. 27 to explore and win prizes.
Absolutely. It's all about the money, you know.
Sometimes, and a little incentive, but it's about the experience. Just because for a lot of people who haven't had the don't feel like they've had the time to go back into the library, and boy, it's a wealth of stimulation. Whether it's a new book that catches your eye, or if you still have a CD player, borrow a CD, DVD. Like there's
music, all kinds of
puzzles,
music and movies and puzzles and games, all kinds of stuff you can get.
Findmylibrary.org. Find one of the 27 Milwaukee County libraries near you. If you're not in Milwaukee County, come visit. And if you're not in Milwaukee County, find a library near you.
That's right.
And indulge in books and entertainment.
Yes.
We encourage that. Deb Merritt is who I am enjoying in the studio, Milwaukee County Federated Library System Public Information Coordinator. That is the voice that you hear. And Deb is also an artist. So I wanted to ask just a couple minutes here, what do you have coming up in 2025 as an artist?
Thank you so much. Yes, I'm a painter, mostly figurative work. And actually, speaking of libraries and special things, I actually currently have a solo show up at the Cudahy Library, which is my current series that I'm working on that is called Fragile. And so you can come and see all those paintings. There's little cards to tell you about what they are and what inspired me. And I think you might enjoy that.
And I met you when you were doing really specifically portrait painting. So it's fun to see how your artwork has evolved, still incorporating portraits, but becoming even more imaginative. And you're teaching some art, it seems.
I am in September, which is the 19th through the 21st, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be teaching a class at Shake Rag Alley, which is in Mineral Point, a beautiful town if you've never been there. And that class, I'm going to be teaching how to create a watercolor travel journal, because we all have a million pictures on our phones from our travels that we never look at once we get home again. So we're going to be taking people's pictures and taking a watercolor travel journal book and teaching you get comfortable with watercolor paints, a little bit of drawing technique, and then you're going to start creating from your own travel pictures. You're going to start creating a keepsake book from all of your treasures to make a souvenir book for yourself.
Wow, Deb, what a great point of all of us taking photos and then having them. We want to have them, but do we look at them?
Right.
So what a great excuse to go back through your photos and then create art out of them. Anything else you got going in 2025?
Nothing specific right now. I'm just going to be continuing to work on my Fragile series and some other things as well, but I don't have any particular shows lined up that I have dates for just yet.
And your website to keep track of the cool watercolor retreat, it sounds like, in Mineral Point?
It is. It's www.debmerritt.com, and it's DEB, and my last name is MARETT.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you as a local artist, but also as a library ambassador. So
Come
thank
to
you
the library.
very much. The great library treasure hunt kicking off on Saturday. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you.
We go now to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. Emergency phone lines are down near the Madison area. Authorities in Columbia, Marquette, Adams, Juneau, Iowa, and Richland counties are reporting on their Facebook accounts that 911 services and police phone lines are not working. Columbia County Sheriff's Office says a fiber optic line was cut in the region. Technicians are working to resolve the issues. If you have an emergency, check the Sheriff's Office social media for the correct numbers to call. A family loses their home in a fire at 29th and Fond du Lac. At least 8 people were evacuated from a 2.5-story house this morning. Several had to be rescued from a second-story balcony. Authorities say frigid temperatures, strong winds, and a fire hydrant issue made fighting the fire especially difficult. The home was in the Woods family for more than 50 years. A total of 13 people who call it home are now displaced. 2 suffered minor injuries. Family members believe a space heater started the fire. Downtown Racine's only brewery has closed. Little Port Brewing Company says they were forced to close last week after investors pulled support. The owners say they're looking for a new site and hope to reopen the brewery in some form later this year. Taking a look at the roads with your Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic. All clear on the roads at this point this evening. No incidents and no delays. And time for the WTMJ forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, windy and very cold. A slight chance for light snow to the south. A low of 5 degrees with a wind chill of 10 below 0 to 20 below 0. Tuesday, sunny skies, breezy and still very cold. A high of 17. That wind chill 15 degrees below 0. On Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 24. Thursday, partly cloudy, and we'll see those mild temperatures return, a high of 36. On Friday, mostly cloudy and mild. There's a slight chance for rain and snow later in the day, a high of 44. Right now in Madison, it's 10 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 6 degrees. In Waukesha, it's 8. And in Milwaukee, it's 15 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a Colonial with high ceilings, hardwood floors, in a peaceful neighborhood. And you found it. Now, every Saturday at 6 a.m., you get to wake to the sound of your neighbor's leaf blower. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
Special Milwaukee Auto Show Advanced Discount Ticket Offer has been extended to January 22nd. Turns out a lot of people want to come to the auto show. Get your auto show tickets now at a big discount. Buy a single ticket, or how about a pair of tickets for date night? Or you can buy a family 4-pack and take everybody. They can see all the latest vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury cars, and much more. For advanced discount tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com. That's autoshowmilwaukee.com.
Push one for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready now. Go, cat, go.
Elvis is back in the building at the Fireside Theater in Fort Atkinson, and you've never seen anything like it.
Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell.
Back in the Building features a rotating cast of the finest award-winning Elvis tribute artists and Anne Margaret, all backed by an incredible live band and ensemble.
People lost Las Vegas, you got it.
Experience the eras of Elvis in this legendary feel-good show. From the 50s to the movies, the 60s comeback to the rockin' 70s. It's all here.
Oh, see rider.
Every ticket to the Fireside includes a superb dinner prepared by award-winning chefs and a chance to visit their spectacular gift shops. Hurry, tickets are going fast. Call 920-563-9505 or visit firesidetheater.com. Elvis back in the building, live on stage, January 9th through February 23rd. Only at the Fireside Theater.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural hair products from New Nordic. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or CVS.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Thank you for joining me. Another 20 minutes or so of What's on Tap. I'm excited to bring you some good headlines and some culture and creativity. What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org and our Milwaukee cultural organizations. Big news in that world, as now Milwaukee Film has a new executive director. They just announced today the appointment of Dr. Susan Santha Kearns as the new executive director, effective very soon on February 3rd. And that name sounds familiar. She's been a familiar face at Milwaukee Film and really a respected leader in film communities, both here in the Wisconsin area and on a national level. And she will be succeeding Ann Reed, who stepped in as interim executive director and then executive director within the past year when Jonathan Jackson stepped down, who had been head of Milwaukee Film for, over 10 years, almost 15 years, I think. But so this is very exciting news to have the structure of an executive director in Dr. Kearns. And the other thing to remember was that when Ann Reed stepped in last year, she had just retired from being the executive director of the Wisconsin Humane Society. And I mean retired, so she's done a life of service. So really did a nice job leading in the past year, but now gets to retire again instead of having to lead yet another important organization here in Milwaukee. But so it's going to be exciting to see what Dr. Kearns, what touch she brings. Obviously, that film background will reinforce Milwaukee Film's missions. And Dr. Kearns was the Milwaukee Film Education Director from 2010 to 2013, and she has been working at Columbia College Chicago, teaching as an associate professor of film and television. She also has she co-founded the Chicago Feminist Film Festival. And, the goal of Milwaukee Film, one of their missions really is to bring people together through film and showcasing all different lifestyles and stories from not just here in Wisconsin, but from around the world. So I think this is, and also the mission to support local filmmakers. So I think this is a good choice. Dr. Kearns, she will start on February 3rd. And also, this is kind of fun. Her most recent film scholarship includes editing and writing for the collection Refocus, the films of Susan Seidelman, which interviews and studies the director of Desperately Seeking Susan, if you remember that movie. And she also wrote an essay to the Tank Girl limited edition box set. So I'm sure it was an exhaustive search because Milwaukee Film is a truly beloved organization in our cultural landscape here and a strong history. And now that Milwaukee Film is also running the Oriental Theater and also running the Downer Theater as of last year, which is a big deal because the Downer had closed on the East Side after years. And that was, again, part of the East Side's culture. And now the Downer Theater is open again with all sorts of a variety of screenings. And if you want to see what's coming up, mkefilm.org, because you can see A Complete Unknown, the new film with Timothée Chalamet all about Bob Dylan at the Oriental Theater. And you can also see some indie movies at the Oriental and the Downer. So mkefilm.org. And we have the Milwaukee Film Festival to look forward to again this spring. And there are a lot of people who are like, wait a minute, I thought it was in October. Hasn't been in October for a few years now, but something to look forward to. 2 full weeks of the Milwaukee Film Festival starting at the end of April and going through the beginning of May. There's news. And what else? What else developed today in our landscape? We have gallery night coming up, and gallery night is Friday and also Saturday, so it's gallery night and day. But tomorrow there is a free art party, or not tomorrow, Thursday. There's a free art party at the Haggerty Art Museum with a 1984 theme. I'll tell you details and get you your invitation next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I've just been feeling so sluggish lately. You should try the Metamucil 2-Week Challenge. The Metamucil 2-Week Challenge? Yeah, Metamucil 4-in-1 Fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Start your daily routine now, and in 2 weeks, you could be feeling great. Well, it's been 2 weeks. How you feeling? Lighter and feeling great.
If you want to feel lighter by promoting digestive health, sign up to take the 2-week challenge at Metamucil.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Whether you're tinkering in your garage or tackling big projects, if you know the value of working with your hands, you know Harbor Freight. And you can be confident knowing that at Harbor Freight, you can get quality tools at prices that work just as hard as you do. Because the only thing more satisfying than a job well done is a job well done, well under budget. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
I don't have to tell you that a lot of dust and other junk collects in your ductwork. And it doesn't just sit there. It's blowing around in your home. And that jeopardizes your home health. The commercial industrial duct cleaning system we use at Quality darn near sucked the shirt right off our tech the first time he used it. Believe me, not everybody has this powerful of a system. It's unlike any other. At Quality, you get the best duct cleaning, period. So call Quality first for your duct cleaning needs.
For the signature service you deserve.
Whether it's 24/7 emergency service or it's just time to replace your furnace, at Quality we'll be out so fast you won't even notice the heat being off. And if you're buying a high-efficiency furnace from Armstrong or Carrier, you'll qualify for state and federal tax rebates that'll pay for a big chunk of the cost. This is Anthony Zanevsky from Quality, where you'll get the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Mitchke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
How's it going? I'm Sandy Maxx. Who doesn't love a party? How about an art party? The Haggerty Museum of Art is celebrating their 40th anniversary, and on Thursday, you are invited to what to me sounds like a perfect party on Thursday. I keep talking about Friday. I'll get to my tiny, quick preview of Gallery Night, which is Friday and Saturday. But first, why not stretch it out? And Thursday from 6 till 7 for an hour, an opening reception party like it's 1984 at the Haggerty Museum of Art on Milwaukee's Marquette's campus. And you can celebrate the 1984 grand opening of the Haggerty Museum and the opening of 4 new spring exhibitions. You can meet the curators. They're going to have an 80s throwback playlist, and you get to be the very first to see some really interesting works. The Big 4-0, Volume 2, New Views of the Collection, is something that is going to be very interesting to me. They are presenting an entirely new installation of outstanding works from the museum's collection, including Keith Haring and Salvador Dali paintings with rarely seen works on paper brought out for the special anniversary. And this spring installation, of course, includes the work of more than 40 artists because it's a 40th anniversary. Some names you'll recognize: Ellsworth Kelly, Namjoon Pak, who does really ahead of his time avant-garde video installation artwork. Andy Warhol, also important early works by Man Ray that have been newly conserved for this 40th anniversary exhibition. And this really is a treasure in Milwaukee. It is free all the time on Marquette's campus, the Haggerty Museum of Art. Also interesting, Michelle Grabner, Under the Sink. She's a Milwaukee-based artist, writer, and curator, paying homage to custodial labor through the installation of household sinks and replicated everyday objects. So modern and contemporary art that you can see for free. There is so much more to learn and check out at the Haggerty Museum of Art. And again, if you can make time after work on Thursday, I think it's going to be a great space to be in. The Haggerty Museum of Art. Party like it's 1984. That is Thursday at 6 for a fun hour-long reception there. And gallery night, I promised you, it is coming. And Friday and Saturday during the day, if you can't get there on Friday, throughout the historic Third Ward, Easttown, Walker's Point, you can discover new artists, and it's gallerynightmke.com. And I'm also telling you this because this is the first one of 2025, and you know how things can just sneak up on you. Friday and Saturday morning, gallery night, and you can discover new artists, and at the website, they have an interactive map. You can even create your own list and share it with other friends. GalleryNightMKE.com. And this is another one of those, like we were joking around about the treasure hunt at the libraries with 27 different libraries. Don't try and do it all in one night. That amount of creativity can be overwhelming. Slow down, browse, chat with the artists, ask about their art. Maybe a creation will speak to you and you'll add it to your collection or start an art collection. If you go to the website, you can also search by artist. Margaret Musa will be there at the Portrait Society. She was with us earlier today. You can see her tintype photography. There's also Anja Seeger at Grove Gallery, and she is going to be featuring intricate paper cuttings at the Grove Gallery in Walker's Point called Playing Possum. And she's also a poet, and she used to be a narrator at the Pfister Hotel. So we just have a wealth of all sorts of artistic offerings on Gallery Night. If you haven't been before, make this your resolution to get more art in your life. You can stroll around and maybe grab a bite in the neighborhood. GalleryNightMKE.com. Kicks off on Friday night, the first one for the 2025 year. And next, Dry January. Are you on a streak? Are you curious about it? Are you not doing Dry January, but your friend is? Got a perfect event for you also on Friday night, the second annual Dry Crawl downtown MKE, where you can go and who you can have fun with. You'll find out next on What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Do you hear that? The Milwaukee Boat Show is here. 8 days of boating excellence at the Wisconsin Expo Center at State Fair Park, January 17th through the 19th and the 22nd through the 26th. While you're there, register to win the HO Sports Beacon Eye Kayak from Skipper Buds, the most durable inflatable kayak in the market. Milwaukee Boat Show is back at the Wisconsin State Fair inside the Expo Center. For more information, visit WTMJ.com.
This statement has not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When it comes to my lifestyle and diet, I don't always make the smartest choices.
Touchdown! Woo! Hey, how about another round and some more chips?
But when it comes to taking care of my liver, I do make one very smart choice. Active Liver Tablets from New Nordic. I used to have real issues with my liver, and at my last checkup, my doc was concerned about my numbers. But since adding a once-a-day Active Liver Tablet, my gut's better, I feel great, and my doctor's happy. I ask a lot of my liver, so the least I can do to say thanks is a daily dose of Active Liver.
You ask a lot of your liver, so give it the support it needs with Active Liver. You can find Active Liver at Amazon.com, or for a volume discount, visit NewNordicUSA.com. Go to NewNordicUSA.com, Amazon, or ask for Active Liver at your local CVS. New year, new you, New Nordic.
Visit family-owned Ken Michaels Furniture and our in-store design centers where you'll still find beautiful, luxurious, heirloom-quality American-made furniture. Right now, save 30 to 35% store-wide and take advantage of our complimentary design services. Whether you're moving, renovating, or updating, our designers will help your vision become a reality. Visit Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield on Capitol Drive and in Greenfield on Highway 100 to save 30 to 35% store-wide today. Sleep better and save more with mattresses from Milwaukee Mattress and Ken Michaels Furniture. Handcrafted in our Milwaukee factory, our mattresses utilize natural materials like cotton cushioning, which dissipates body heat, Joma wool quilts for warm wintry nights and cool summer evenings, and natural latex providing superior conformability and pressure relief for aching joints. Stop in today at any Ken Michaels Furniture store and save up to 50% compared to national brands.
Hey, business owners, are you looking to sell your business? I'm sure you have plenty of questions. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me for our latest Annex Wealth Management webinar. I'll be joined by Brandon Lehman and Brian Lamborn from Annex Wealth Management as we answer your questions. Who should you consult? And of course, when is the best time for you to sell your business? Sign up for this free webinar on Wednesday, January 29th. Text WEB to 855-616-1620 to sign up for the free webinar. Only here on WTMJ.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
You feel good sober if you're doing dry January. Good on you. I'm Sandy Maxx. I am too. Made it through day 13. And if you can make it to Friday or jump in and start on Friday, you can have fun at the second annual Dry Crawl Downtown MKE. So instead of a pub crawl, you get to have a dry January crawl with mocktails and socializing. And to tell us about it, sounds like the woman who's throwing the party, Dr. Tashima Dean. Dr. Dean, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am great, and I was delighted to find out about Fight AAA's second annual Dry Crawl Happy Hour and After Party on Friday. What can you tell us about this event?
Yes, so this event will showcase 5 establishments in downtown Milwaukee that offer non-alcoholic beverages. So that means that they provide inclusion for everyone. So you'll be able to go and socialize with individuals who are on, even if they're not doing dry January or if they're in recovery or, sobriety, this is the event for them. It will actually start at Black Sheep at 4 p.m. and then it will end with our after party at Tropic MKE downtown.
How fun. And it is fun to see that these restaurants, the other bars, Black Sheep, or I shouldn't say bars, but the establishments, Black Sheep, Augie's at Hotel Metro, also Pufferfish, the tiki bar on top of Hotel Metro, which is great, Agency at Double Dutch Hotel, and Tropic MKE. All of these great establishments serving non-alcoholic drinks, because you're right, even if this is a lifestyle for you, not just a dry January experiment, you don't have to sacrifice the socializing. You really can have fun.
Exactly, yes.
And do you have to register? Can you just show up?
Yes, you have to register on eventbrite.com. And you can search Dry Crawl Milwaukee, or you can search Fight AAA.
And how did you come up with this idea, Dr. Dean?
So in the beginning of my journey of living alcohol-free, I actually experienced going to a lot of different entrepreneurship events and just being out in a social world. And a lot of establishments did not have a non-alcoholic beverage menu other than water, juice, or soda, because I wanted to be included with everyone else and not be the outsider. And typically when you order something like water or soda, you may get questions on, why aren't you drinking? And most of the time people do not really want to, explain their why. So I thought it was really important to find establishments where I can actually enjoy myself and feel included. And when I found those establishments, I actually wanted to showcase that and show other individuals who deal with the same thing to let them know, hey, you can live a social life, but in a different way, of course. And we do have establishments that offer inclusion.
It's true, and I love that you're drawing attention to it. Dr. Dean, I tried Dry January last year, and I did well. I made it all the way through the middle of March, but it really was this interesting reset. And you're right. Like, I'm not embarrassed about Dry January, but I did get tired of explaining it all the time. So it was like, just don't question why I'm not drinking. It's not that big of a deal,
Exactly.
So to not have to constantly explain that. So at the Dry crawl on Friday downtown. Sounds like a nice stretched out evening, 4 to 9, to stroll and enjoy these different establishments. But you also have prizes. You're really trying to lure us to enjoy this dry crawl. What are the prizes that and gifts that are involved?
So there will be non-alcoholic beverages. So there will be certain items that you can mix together quickly to create a non-alcoholic experience. And then also, if you're at an establishment and they do not have a non-alcoholic beverage menu, I have these tea bags that actually infuses water or sparkling water, where you can have something that mimics another type of drink, and you can enjoy it and be inclusive without having to, feel some type of way because they're not offering inclusion. However, this journey and this awareness is basically to get the attention of those establishments where they can also offer inclusion by providing non-alcoholic beverages. So also, there will also be a coaster, and the coaster has non-alcoholic beverage initiative, and then it has Fight AA, but it also lets individuals know at the establishments that you are consuming a non-alcoholic beverage.
That's a nice subtle way to do that. Make it a sober-friendly space, and again, just so you fit in and you can be social, and it doesn't feel socially awkward at all. It's you've so this is the second annual dry crawl downtown MKE. What's one of the favorite discoveries you had with last year's dry crawl that made you want to do it again?
So last year it was one of my favorites. I think was the conversations, having the conversations with individuals, and actually getting an understanding that we are like-minded and we have experienced some of the same similarities. However, a lot of people really don't understand how it looks to be bold in that decision making when you're out in the social scene. So you have the right to ask for a certain glass, and you have the right to ask for your drink to look a certain way with garnish. So you can actually, make your voice known, especially when it's something that you are feeling dear and near about, because, hey, it's inclusion.
You don't have to live a bland life just because you're not having booze. That's all right. Have a garnish. Have a pretty mocktail. I agree.
Yes. So this event also gives me the opportunity to give individuals tools and tips and tricks and things that they can use when they're socializing and just enjoying their life.
Well, Dr. Dean, I am so happy that you have put this together. Dr. Tashima Dean joining me here on What's on Tap, and let us know again how to get in on Friday's second annual dry crawl downtown MKE.
Thank you.
And wait, don't go yet. What's the best website to get in? I know at Eventbrite.
Oh,
I was like, don't go
sorry,
yet.
Yes. At eventbrite.com, and you can search Fight AAA. And I just wanted to add that I am not a doctor as of yet, but I will be.
Oh,
thank you.
Well, I'm much rather. Congratulations on your journey, and I will give you congratulations when you achieve your PhD.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Tashima Dean. Have a blast on Friday at the Dry Crawl. I am Sandy Maxx. Thank you for listening to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Stay warm. Snuggle up with the What's on Tap podcast for company tonight. Anytime you want a dose of creativity and culture.
If you're living with joint pain in your shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees, and you have Medicare or Medicaid insurance, coming to Rejuvenex to solve your pain problems is